how are y'all doing tonight? Thank you in advance to the replay crew. I'm excited. Can y'all tell I slept like kind of good? Like, I'm actually alert. I had my breakfast. I have maybe like 6 more ounces to down my first 40. I've been trying to guzzle now. I feel bloated, but that's okay. Also have Cherry Pepsi here. Hey Janet, how you doing today? Um, so we are redoing Dawn's. Hey Janessa, we are redoing Dawn's porcelain cracked doll look because I know I didn't do the brief. I mean, we all like the look. I like the look too, but it wasn't what she asked for, and so I plugged that in to do today, and I think next Tuesday is Michelle's um, one of her requests. I think this is number 13 of the lives I had scheduled, so we're dwindling down because when I scheduled a whole bunch of them, it was like 17. I was like, oh lordy. I'm just organizing stuff here, as y'all can tell. So I was trying to find. Hey Grace, let me put on my City Beauty. Says me just saying I'm kind of well rested, and then I'm still acting like I'm not. I did brush my hair today. I promise I did. Janet, I just love seeing your pictures on Instagram. I just love that you do bold looks and bold lipstick looks. I'm trying to decide on whether to just use the my oil base palette that Janessa sent me or the UV paints that she sent me for this look. We're not going to do team too much. We're not going to do team too much. We're not going to do team too much. If I keep saying it, it'll be so. Because y'all know I like to do a lot. And I do have an inspiration picture here. And it does look simple. So it shouldn't take long, meaning we'll be here probably 90 minutes. Because y'all know I'll be talking and reading comments and being snarky to the not so good trolls and stuff. But we're going to try and get through it. It is white under eye, because usually a doll look does have white under eye and then like black eyeliner here or something to make the eye look bigger. So that's why it's usually white right here. And I've been sitting here, not sitting here that long, but the last like 5 minutes or so, I've been thinking of, I don't have a white shadow. So I've been trying to think of what to put under there. For the eye look itself, it's going to be simple. I'm thinking of using Mario's Moonlit palette, Ethereal Eyes Moonlight. I did order, hey Alexandria, I did order the natural one. It might be here tomorrow. If it comes here tomorrow, we will do an impromptu live and go ahead and knock the swatches out. Because I have, as I just said, I have lives scheduled out, and so at this point, if something comes up, either shift stuff or just plug it in. But I'm going to be excited if it does come tomorrow. I did follow up for PR. That should be here Saturday. What else did I order? I think it's something else. Oh, my Ulta order should be here by the end of the week as well. So this is the Mario Moonlight palette. I feel like I'm yelling. I did have a couple sips of Cherry Pepsi. And the eyeshadow look is just a basic eyeshadow look. So we're going to use this for that. Hey, Tanya. And then we'll get into the face paint stuff. The faces for dolls usually are white. I'm not going to do complexion products or any of that because we're going to put white on the face, do a couple cracks. I may use MAC's. Well, if I use paints, I can just use the paints for all the colors, like to do the black. I am going to, oh, this is that picture Nina sent me that she drew for me. I still have that. I will forever have that. As long as it's in my control. We are going to put on lashes, actually for down here, to be the bottom lashes of the eye look. And that'll be my first time doing that. And I'll probably go dramatic. This set, these are magnetic lashes, came with the whole kit. All of that, but we'll probably we'll probably do these down here, these big foo lashes, because this is a full play. So that is in the plan, and I will have this sitting out so that I won't forget. I'm still trying to think of, I'm gonna close this box. Still trying to think of like a white eyeshadow. If I do use the paints, I can just use white. So let me just go ahead and do the intro, and then we'll get into this look. Hello again and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. The crazy, knowing it's okay to be your authentic self. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique because that's what they're telling you in whatever video that you're watching. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So that's the Crazy Troll Nation. That's what we stand for. I hope that resonates with you. If it's your first time hearing it, if you've been here before and you've heard me say it about 18,972 times, I hope that it has become part of your daily affirmation, just to love yourself, period, no questions asked. So 2 things about me. Sometimes Black was so funny yesterday. There's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I try to be aware of it to say, excuse me. Those who were here yesterday, you know why I'm laughing. That was just so funny to me. Okay, American Penguin. Appreciate that. And I curse sometimes because I curse sometimes. And so that's the end of my intro. 2 tidbits about me that may or may not be off-putting to some people. And so that's why they're in my intro. I really do hope that it is not your address. I would think that it wouldn't be, because that's kind of scary if it is for you to put that publicly on the internet. But anyway, I'm going to assume it's not real. But anyway, I don't have much to talk about today. I slept fairly well. I really did. Around 2:30-ish, I woke up and I felt well rested enough to get up. And yeah, I'm hoping it's not real, Janet. Sylvia, how are you doing? How are you? It's good to see you. But then, so I was laying there and I'm like, do I want to get up or just continue resting? Resting 1. And so I did end up, hello, Tapawagi. I apologize if I said it wrong. I'm pretty sure that I did. But welcome. Glad to have you. Yeah, so I continued doing good. Okay, that's good. That's good to hear, Sylvia. Yeah, and so I went back to sleep. My alarm was set for 6:30 to get up for lives. For lives, I have my alarm set for 6:30, 7:45, and 7:58. And so when it went off at 6:30, I woke up because I heard the alarm, and I was thinking, dang, like I really went right back to sleep. Not right back. I was replying to emails and text messages like I usually do when I wake up, even if I'm not staying up. But I was just like, wow, like this feels really good. Y'all are funny when y'all come in here like this is a dating site. So I'm not going to even answer that question. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing because we are here to do makeup. And so we're going to do the makeup. I'm not going to do foundation or anything. Let me move that over there. I'm wondering if I want to use some more of this glitter liner or not. But let's get with the eye look. It's going to be really simple. Let me see. I don't have any brushes. Eye look is going to be very, very simple. Aww. You're crying. You'll be all right. Something I seldom do, if ever, is my transition area first. And I'm tapping it on because for me the Fenty primer is a tacky primer and the paint pot does grip, and so that's why I'm not able to just go in like this at first. I have to put the shadow down and then I can go back and blend it. That's this shade right here. I started with this one, but then I went into this one by mistake. So this is the one we've been using except for the first touchdown. So we're going to put that there. Sometimes for clients, depending on their eye shape, I do this area first. Depends on their eye shape. Because if their eye shape, if they have hooded lids or eye shape similar to mine, I will just do the lid first. Because the lid shades, I do take them up higher. It has been cleared for me to work the zombie event on October 31st. I text him again because he had said if he doesn't reply, he said, text back the next day. And so I text back the next day. And then I waited 2 days and text back. And then he replied saying he did it the day before or something. But the thing is, he still didn't text me to say that. And so I'm like, if I would have, in my mind, I'm thinking if I'd have known that, I wouldn't have texted again. But anyway, so he was saying check the listing. So he just put like some little blurb on there. But I'm there. I'm on a promotional flyer. And so I commented to the flyer with a link to the picture part of my FET page, because you can just go to the page, and then if you click on pictures, the whole wall will just be pictures. And so I put the link for that. Hey Michelle, the link will just go to just the pictures, and so I put that there. And so I will be doing some zombie looks this month in preparation for that. I forget what one of the other events, what the theme is. But sometimes people want the theme and then sometimes they don't. But it is fun for me. This is a peculiar kind of shade. You know what this is reminding me of? This is reminding me of that muted green from the Compose Cool palette from Hung Vango. Excuse me for smacking. I'm just going to go ahead and blow this out because it's just looking... Yeah, and then we're going to do our lid. So the eye look is going to be really simple. I did bring over here this blacklight flashlight for if I do use the neon paints. And so I'm excited about that if I use that. If I do because I think, let me turn this fan off. I think that would be really cool to do a cracked face with the aqua colors, not the aqua colors, the UV colors. Y'all can tell I don't know what I'm talking about. We're gonna take a brush to do our lid shades. I think I'm gonna take an hourglass brush because we're gonna put this shade all over the lid, and we're gonna take this dark brown, making sure I'm not missing anything. I feel like I'm forgetting to say something. The reason I don't do my transition first is because some of that shade, why is that looking, it's like a hole right there. Let's see if this side does the same thing. Yeah, it is. Another reason, or the main reason I do the lid first is because whatever base I use, it'll crease within the crease because my eyelids are hooded, and so that's what happens. The base creased while I was doing this work up here. So I'm gonna take some more of this again. I'm gonna put that right there and right there. And I know that happens, but still, no. I'm gonna use this brush that had the primer and the paint pot on it. Hopefully this will let me do what I want to do. Yeah, so that's what happens, and that's why I usually don't. But that's one of the main reason that I do my lid first. On top of taking my lid shades up into the crease and transition area anyway. In my kit, I have the Urban Decay Primer Potion. That one isn't tacky. It's not tacky. Y'all, this side still don't want to be right. What the hell? Okay, Tanya. I remember yesterday you said it was like $300 something. I was just like, damn. Okay. Um. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of money. Or I'm gonna just say it. Or super chat me. I got my electric bill today. It's $50 higher than last month, and I do think it's because when I sit here, excuse me for smacking, I do turn my thermostat down by 4 degrees, and if the live is 2 hours, it might be 2.5 before another 30 minutes before I remember to turn it back up so it doesn't kick on. So I do think that's why. But I was just like, what? But I'm going to look at it too to see if it's something else going on, to see if the price of electricity went up or if it's just my usage. Charlotte Tilbury, or Tilbury, depending on how you pronounce it. Hi, Justin. How are you? Yeah, CT is Charlotte Tilbury brand. We use acronyms here. Hi, Jamana. Forgive me. I know I spelled that wrong. I mean, pronounced that wrong. You revised the card. It's still a lot of money, I'm sure, though, Tanya. Because you be spending money. You be spending money. Whew. This is not going to act right. Kind of want to sort of act right, but what I was going to say. Oh yeah, so my electric bill, I was just like, a lot of well, quite a few, it seems like, companies are pushing for e-bills, and that if you don't do an e-bill, if you want them to still send you the paper bill, some of them are charging like $1.99 for them to send you the paper bill. I like the paper bills because I sit and compare the bill to the previous month, because I want to make sure like everything is okay. And the only way I know to do that is to like sit and compare. What was the balance last month? What is the balance this month? Did my payment go through on time? What is the interest rate? Did that change? Are there any fraudulent purchases? But the electric bill, that is an e-bill. And actually, it's always been an e-bill, but then they always send the paper bill too. This is a funky looking look here. It's kind of like a grungy look. This is still that brown, and it is not. You just print it now if you need, Sis Tanya. I be printing out enough stuff, y'all. And I got quite a few bills that come in. So what I do sometimes is if when a company sends the email of the bill, I'll notate in my calendar like what the balance is, what's due, and what the availability is. Because I do designate a day, usually the 28th or 29th of the month. I haven't done it yet this month, so it'll probably be tomorrow, which should be, the 1st of October, where I have in my calendar to reconcile my registry with the bank. And so whenever an e-bill comes in, I notate that on whatever day that I'm going to sit and reconcile everything. So at least all of that is in the same place. I'm going to say it, y'all. I don't really like this eye look, but it is undone. My brows aren't done. Nothing's done. But we're going to do so much other stuff. So, watch Jasmine works, but she's here to do a little. What is up with? Okay. Thank you, Janessa. We're going to take this to put on our inner rims. This is Sick Tap Bro from MAC Cosmetics. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on here. This is an expensive week. So many indies have released. Yeah. And I've been making purchases. Other people I know have been making purchases. Whew. I am hoping the color story is not as light as it looks for the nature palette. But I kind of think it is, because I was looking at the video that Mario did when he was talking about it, and it does look very light, very basic, very ethereal, which is his thing. There was a picture there's only one review for it on the Sephora website, and it looks deeper, and I'm just like, that cannot be so. That cannot be so, because all the pictures, none of the other pictures look like that. You saw a YouTube video with the new pet palette that I passed. Yeah, some of those are duplicate shades of other stuff. If I see it somewhere for like $19.99, I might get it. Also, there's a lot of fallout with it too. Just thinking back to Kara's video, she did eye swatches, and even in between the swatches, you know, there was like, you know, fallout on her face. And somebody else did swatches, and it was just, and y'all do know some of her formulas are like that, where it's just going to be fallout regardless. Why does this look like, oh, it is there, but why does it, you know what, because I'm used to using that blue and green from Hung Vango, and those are like super bold. So going back to just like a brown, it's just like, where is that? Where is it at? I was watching King Schuler, or Schumer again today, that comedian guy. And there was something about your bank account won't let you make any purchases. I really want the new Nomad and Natasha Dramatic Palette. The good thing is neither one of those are limited edition, Sylvia. So by the time you are able to get it or want to get it, it might be on sale. And Nomad usually does do good year-end sales, like around November. They usually do it like 35% off or something like that. And for Sephora and Ulta, you know, they have coupons and sales too. I got mine because I used, I redeemed 2,500 points for a $100 gift card. So that's how I got mine. And I mentioned that on the Daphne's video. I did put her video on my community tab because I was talking about her yesterday and how delicate she was and what she was saying. And she did make a lot of sense. And I had said that I had used my, there's something in this eye. Excuse me if this freaks y'all out. But it feels like something in this eye. And she said she did the same thing. I was like, so it helps when, it helps to not pay full price. It really does. And with Mario, I didn't realize it, but I had $25 rewards points at Sephora from using a credit card. So I put that towards his purchase. And so that helped a lot too. And it did help me feel better about it because I did want the palette, but I think more so because of the formula, not so much the color story. And so it did help that I got $25 off of that order. I just got your Rotten collection in the mail today. I have your eyes on Fanny. Thank you for all the hearts. NEC Cosmetics sends your Beauty Blvd bar. Gourmand Girls, I have some choices to make. I do like the looks of the Gourmand Girls palette. I had one from them way back, and I didn't care for the formula. Hey, Dawn, that was maybe like 3 years ago, maybe, or 4. Thank you, Margaret. How are you doing this evening or morning, depending on where you are in the world? Justin flags all his bills green. You get them, review them, and complete the emails when you see the payment. Okay, that's not weird. We all have our own system. Serious event. Okay. There was some stuff from Torrid that I wanted to buy because I've been seeing the stuff on Instagram, and then I'm just like, girl, like you. And so, but I didn't order anything for the reason you stated, Sylvia, because I'm thinking, okay, my bills are coming in now, and everything except my electric bill, I have on automatic payment because I don't know what it's going to be from month to month. Everything else is the standard price. I mean, the standard payment. What am I doing? All right, we're not going to use the oil-based or we're going to use the oil base because then I won't have to worry about putting it on a palette to use it. I can use it from here. The one comes in and takes her spot. That is just so funny to me. That is so funny to me. I forgot what I was saying. I'm just like moving stuff around here. We're not going to use this because we're not doing foundation. And we're not, I think I might use a powder puff. The oil paints, it says to set with translucent powder, but I may or may not, because usually I feel like I usually don't do that. But if we do, I was telling myself I'll use a sponge. I mean, not a sponge, excuse me, a powder puff. So Actually, let me go back to this palette because there is shimmer on the actual lid. Janet, do not be sorry. We know you're here and we know we be multitasking. Do not be sorry at all. We're going to put, I want to say this one because y'all know this is the shade. This is the one that turns blue, whatever, whatever. I want to put something that's going to look like something on the lid, though. We're going to put this on the lid and then see what that looks like, and then maybe put that on the lid. And I'm going to take a small brush because this shade will get fallout, but will it matter? Because we're going to have paint all over the face. You're multitasking stuff in your face. What are you eating, Dawn? Michelle, I'm going to mail your package out the end of this week, and the day that I drop it off at the post office, I will send you a picture of the shipping label because I print the labels here at home. And so that way you can follow it. This is not a color. That's this one. And he has quite a few, at least half the palette maybe, are these formulas, which they're very pretty, but they're not a color, especially over another shade. It does add sparkle. And I do know that some people love that. And they're like, oh, this is great for one and dones, because some people will just take their finger, take a shimmer shade like that, put it on the lid, and be out the door. Spaghetti, oh man, I was looking at the sauce in my freezer this morning thinking, do I want to take that out? But I remember telling y'all I had the pack of chicken legs in the freezer I took out. It turned out it was 4 in there, so I did eat 2 last night, and I fixed some noodles. The best by date for the noodles are today, September 30th, and I got like 3 packs left. I'm like, but they're still good after. It's just not their best. But then they're like, the noodles are hard. I'm like, what's going to happen to them? And so I'm going to eat the other 2 chicken legs tonight. And yeah, I made the other 2 legs tonight and some noodles again. And then I am going to take out sauce for tomorrow. I was watching Cocoa Butter. I posted on my community tab one of their videos. That fell out into my eye. That's the cooking show thing I was telling y'all about, where Southern people try each other's fried chicken, or black versus white enchiladas. They try each other's food, but they don't know who made what, and the one who gets the most points, wins. So they grade each other's plate. So I was watching that, and they were doing. Have y'all heard of chopped cheese? It was like New Yorkers try each other's top. New Yorkers try each other's top. New Yorkers try each other's chopped cheese. I was like, what is chopped cheese? It's the chopped cheese steak. So, but y'all know New York be making up stuff, as we all do. So they just call it chopped cheese. And so I was watching that, and I thought about this place called Roma Pizza that's like 7 minutes away. Looking at what they call chopped cheese from the bodegas is how it looks from that place. And I was like, oh. I'm like, okay, that's why. All right. And then I watched one, and then I'm like, I want a cheesesteak. That's this shade. This is looking janky as hell. And then I watched another one from, it was on Philly cheesesteaks. And one person's like, you either want to go to Ishka Bibbles or Pat's. And I had been to Ishka Bibbles. I was like, oh, y'all, they got so many options. And that's why I finally broke down and got a cheesesteak with Cheese Whiz. Because I always heard it was a thing. But I'm like, that just sounds freaking weird. But y'all know what, y'all? It was good. So the person I was with, they got a regular one, I think with provolone cheese or something. And so I got the one with Cheese Whiz on it. So we shared halves. And I'm like, this actually is really good, but it sounds really weird. Because I used to be like, Cheese Whiz on a cheesesteak? Like, what? I'm used to like provolone, or sometimes I'll do Swiss, because Swiss has, a nice little, not to say a kick, but it has a distinct flavor. And y'all know I love my flavors. And of course, provolone, most people just do American, but y'all know I like flavors. But yeah, I've been to Ishka Bibbles. I'm like, I know exactly where that's at. It was really good too. I was surprised. I'm like, Cheese Whiz on a cheesesteak just sounds weird as hell. But y'all, it was good. I was shocked. And I shouldn't have been, because if it's a thing and it's so popular, like, okay, a lot of people must like it. But it just sounded really strange to me. Like, what the fuck? Cheese Whiz? don't even put cheese whiz on crackers. Like, I'm just not a cheese whiz person. Speaking of New York, I was thinking of buying sandwich fixings from the famous Carnegie Deli. I would, because you know what? I'm imagining they'll be good, even though it's only sandwich fixings. Yeah, but I had never heard of chopped cheese. I'm just like, you chop cheese and put it on crackers. But when they say chopped cheese, it's a cheesesteak. It's not just chopped up cheese. And that's what I was thinking. I'm like, try each other's chopped cheese. Like, they just chop up like a block of cheese. Like, what is it? But no, chopped cheese is a cheesesteak. They just put the cheese on it, let it melt, chop up the meat, and then chop up the cheese with it, and, you know, the onions, peppers, whatever. So I was like, chopped cheese, but yeah, it's a cheesesteak. Yeah, Sylvia. So I've been watching them lately. And I almost didn't watch it because I'm like, what the hell is chopped cheese? And I actually even Googled it because I'm like, what is this? It's a cheesesteak. You went to a restaurant today and they had Chihuahua cheese. Chihuahua is a dog. I would Google that. Like, what is that? Supposed to be with cheese whiz. Yeah, yeah. And I've never had, it just sounds so weird though. Cheesesteak with cheese whiz. But y'all, it was good. I was just like, ooh, I've been missing out. You don't buy it very often, but you love cheese whiz, a plain bagel cheese whiz. I need the whipped Philadelphia cream cheese. They have a whipped one at Aldi. I forget what it's called though. But it has to be whipped because it's softer than like how they used to have this like the block of cheese that you get in a regular box. But anyway. Yeah, cheese whiz is a weird thing. I'm like, I don't even know if it's real cheese. All right, let me do what am I doing? I'm just sitting here hanging out with y'all right now. Okay, I'm like, what is cheese whiz? Like, is that even real cheese? Okay, we're gonna, this is gonna be fun. I'm excited. Janessa, thank you so much for this palette. I think I told y'all I purchased one for my kit and it was a bundle and it came with the translucent powder and brushes. And the brushes that came with this one that Janessa sent had green handles. That one had light blue handles. With the light blue, dark blue, some kind of blue. And so that's in my kit because I've been double dipping all through here, the ones I use. And so I didn't want to put it in my kit. But yeah, I love this so much. I'm like, I need this for my kit. So brushes. We're going to use our Real Techniques brushes. The same ones that I use for eye primer. I have like 8 of these at least. They had a sale at Sephora. For the white though, since it's going all over, I could use this one. The only thing is trying to get it in here. We're going to use this one because we're going to put the white all over the face. Velveeta just sits on the shelf for him to. Yeah, Velveeta. I don't know if that's real cheese either. I don't know. The cheese was definitely not real cheese. I used to love me some Velveeta back in the day, but then when I got older and tried other stuff, I'm just like, what the hell is Velveeta? It do have a tang to it. Hi, Belly. How are you today? Did you used to eat a spoonful of the tang powder for a sugar boost? Oh, when Thorne said tang, I thought she meant the cheese whiz had like a tang to it. You're talking about actual tang. Yo, Janessa always says that she's feral. That's a perfect example. Damn, at least she wasn't sniffing it. I was watching The Faculty. It's here. It's one of the free movies here on YouTube when the aliens kind of took over the faculty first, and then they started, you know, taking over the students. And the dude was selling what he calls scat, which in the alternative community, scat is feces. So I was always like, scat. But it was caffeine pills that he would chop up and put into a tube. And so people were thinking they're taking this drug, and it was really just sniffing caffeine. So at least you weren't sniffing tang. At least you weren't sniffing tang. We're going to take Black Mirror paint pot. And we're going to do our upper lash line. So kudos for not sniffing tang. And it was making people high. But then it was a movie, so who knows in real life. And no, I'm not saying crush up and sniff caffeine pills. But they were sniffing, then they'd start giggling and shit. But so kudos to not sniffing tang. This is one of those Eason brushes that I told y'all about that was so funny to me before. Eason has a really pretty pressed pigment palette that y'all know I'm not going to get. They have a really pretty lip palette that y'all know I'm not going to get. Because I have quite a few of the Powder Kiss liquid lipsticks from MAC. I'm not going to do a wing. I'm going to take a black. I don't want to do, okay, let me see. We're going to take this black that's in this palette. Nesquik Powder Cocoa. Why did they stop making Tang anyway? Probably caused cancer. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they stopped making Tang. Y'all, I'm feeling nostalgic over like some of the stuff from like my childhood like that. Now it's all chocolates. Ugh. I used to love me some Nesquik, and I would always put a lot. Hi, Lily. So we're going to take this black, and we're going to use this dense but soft brush, and we're just going to put a line like just above. Above my crease. This is a nice black. I used to put so much Nesquik in my chocolate milk that it would be gritty because I just love chocolate that much. And people would taste it and be like, I'm like, well, I told y'all I put a lot. But it would be super chocolatey. Hey, Riley, how are you? Thank you, Janet. Both of y'all names start with the same 3 letters. I had to look twice to see. Like, I can, but I try not to skim when I'm reading who did what. Because I'm like, okay, there's 2 Jans in here, Janessa and Janet. This one I put up higher than the other one, but that's okay because we can go back and make the other one higher up. I'm good for skimming. I'll reply to the first part of the comment and not the second one. And then when I go through to make sure I'm not missing comments, then I'm reading the part that I didn't read the first time. This is a nice brush. I believe it's a crown brush. Came in a subscription box. It don't have anything on it. Whatever was on the handle has long since faded off. But I do think it is a crown brush. I have shadow in my eye from those sparkly shades. All right, we gotta move this one up. This is a nice black. That black in Hung Vangel's palette, that is a nice black as well. I was just like, oh, wow. It is something in both my eyes. That sparkly shadow. And this wants to stay right where I touched it, unless that's a freckle under there. No, I think that is the shadow. So I didn't put my thermostat on 75 today because I really do think that's why my bill went up. Because sitting here 3 days a week with the thermostat down lower than any other day ever, I do think that that's what it was. So it was on 77 today. I put it to 77 and I turned the fan off. So I'm actually getting warm already. Yay me. I did want this thin line, but because this one came out thicker, well, up higher. So this is all just going to look flat. And y'all know I make stuff my own anyway. The pictures just for inspiration. I realized y'all the last couple of weeks I have not done any of the creative art with heart collabs. What is her name? Excuse me. Goth Adjacent. I forget what her name is, but her Instagram is Goth Adjacent. She does goth timber. Goth looks, a different goth type of look every other day in September. She does the schedule like the end of August. And I was so excited I wrote them down. I didn't do not one. And now in September, this is the last day of September. It's like, you're like, girl, why did you even put that taupe color underneath this? Because you just covered it up. I know. I know. When we get to the face part, it should be fairly quick. That's the requirement for mods on your channel. Jennings, we're currently interviewing for a Janine, Janelle, maybe a Jane. We may consider the actual Jan with preferences. I know that's right. Come with them references. If that's really like your name is just Jan. Like I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. If it's just Jan, I don't trust it. This side is still. What I need to do is just get to the face and stop with this. The madness of it all. Alright. Are we done yet? No. Because now we're going to take this brush and just pack the black. Just on that line. And do that. So y'all see how it got darker from just tapping it. And so that's why we're going to do this within the lines. Y'all, this is so simple, and this is taking me a long time. Thanks, Lou. What did I miss? One of the departments you used to work for had 3 Jessica STD assistants. STD, what's that? So we had Janessa, Jess, and Jessa. What's STD? Because you know what I'm thinking, and I know it ain't that. I'm hoping it ain't that. Did all 3 have something? I'm tripping. We're going to leave this like this because once I do the rest of the face, this is going to be very insignificant in the larger scheme of things. So let's put the brush down, put the palette down. Okay. We're going to take the white. The white is going to go all over. I'm going to use the paint pot for brows. Should I do that now? Yeah. And we're going to take the black. And which means I need a different brush. We're going to take this Sigma brush. Oh, a student. Okay, I thought it was sexually transmitted disease. In my big kid job, there are only 4 of us on the team, and 2 of us are Chris. Okay. All right, student. All right. Hey, I'm just saying. That's what I've always known it to be. Thank you for the heart. I'm like, what? Trying to get it even. That's why I'm looking here instead of over here. Oh, man. Then I dragged it. I'm looking at the spacing. And this one is... y'all know I'm not known for precision. Well, it kind of depends on what it is. This is a Sigma brush. So I had 4 of the ESUMs. This is a little bit thinner. So the 4 ESUMs that I had over here were eyeliner brushes. I put with the brushes for my lower lash line for if I do want to just blend out the gel pencil liner. And I put the 2 Sigma ones over here with my liner brushes for potted gel liners and interims, that type of thing. Did I speak to you, Little Woods? Oh. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, whatever happened. Hi, Little Woods. How are you today? I don't know what happened, but I'm second guessing asking that even though I just asked it just now. It's a nice bold brow. Yeah. Definitely. This is Max Paint Pot and Black Mirror. And it is black, and y'all see this. Hi, Clea. How are you today? Or tonight, wherever you are in the world. Because people from all over the world pop into my live streams, and I think it is fascinating that we can be here at the same time in the same place, but yet we're in different time zones and in different places. And sometimes, depending on where they are in the world, like here is Tuesday. Somewhere else, somebody might be like, oh, it's Wednesday over here. That just fascinates me. They're like, I'm in your future. I think that's really cool. This one is square. I don't like it, but if I keep messing with it, I feel like I'm just going to make it worse. I'm going to put this here, hopefully just around it. Yeah. I do like this brush for that, the same as I used to like the Easons for that. And so this is why we didn't do our brows, because we were going to put this on our brows and draw on tails, which I don't have. So what we're going to do. Oh, did I miss? Hi, Tanisha. How are you? Hey, Haywood. Welcome back. It's always good to see familiar names. I was going to say familiar faces, but I don't see anybody. It's always good to see you. What was I getting ready to do? I'm starting to sweat, y'all. Sweat. We're going to hiccup, excuse me. Pretty girl. Oh, that's for a belch. My bad. When Janessa belches, she says, pretty girl. And it always makes me laugh. Like I never heard it before. I laugh every single friggin' time. Like, seriously, I do. What brush did I use for that? I don't know. So let's just take a random brush. We're just going to blend that out just a little bit. Because we're going to put that shimmer dual chrome up here. So let's just blend that out. Put that brush down. I'm using more brushes than I thought that I would. And we're going to go back to the Mario palette. You subscribe, you love it. And y'all, thank you so much. Appreciate you. I almost, y'all, whoever was talking about spaghetti, it was Dawn. It sounded too good. I just placed a pickup order from Olive Garden. Oh, this lady I know, she is Italian. She's from Italy. Or as Alicia says, Italy. And yes, I always say it with her when she says it in her videos. I know, I'm weird. She gets offended, rightfully so, if somebody says Olive Garden is Italian food. She gets offended. She gets offended, and rightly so. That's like saying Taco Bell is Mexican food. Like, no. But hey, KK. But she will come for your neck if you say Olive Garden is Italian food. And she's older than me. And she's Caucasian. But she get hyped. She be like, and I'd be like, oh, I'd be like, let me get away from you. Because she looks very mild and meek. But tell her Olive Garden is Italian food. She will come for you, your pets, your kids, your husband's job, your partner's job. I'd be like, damn. You don't tell her Olive Garden is Italian food. She ain't having it. She's not having it. All right, so now we're going to go into this white. I'm trying to think. Take this Esom. No, this is a Lethal Cosmetics brush. I love their soups. I know it's not authentic, but that doesn't stop it from being yummy. It is good. It is, I agree. Olive Garden is good. But do not tell her. Do not tell her that that's Italian food. Don't do it. And she's maybe like 5'5", but yo, y'all know them little people be scrappy. I'm like, oh shit. I wonder if I want to use I don't want to use the paint pot for this, because paint pot, when it dries, and it's hard to get off. And my under eye area is already, lines and stuff, so I don't want it to be pulling and scraping to get it off. So that's why I'm not putting it under here. I think I want to go further. I don't know if I want to go further down than that. Let's see what happens on the other side. Pasta e Fagoli is your favorite OG soup. I'm not really a soup person for no particular reason. The hell? We did cross 2K. I'm gonna wait for like a week to make sure it stays maybe a couple weeks. And I think in the meantime, I might have said this last night, I think in the meantime we're going to do, this side is further down, doesn't matter. In the meantime, we're going to do our Scott Barnes brush giveaway, and I thought to announce it in this live, but I didn't have time to. This is a Lethal Cosmetics eyeliner brush. I didn't have time to change or edit, I should say, the description box. So maybe we'll do that for Thursday's live. I'm not sure yet, to get them brushes out of here. And I think the same thing is going to happen. That usually happens. Just a few entries. And some of those won't even be publicly subscribed, so they won't be eligible. It's just so funny. Because I know I give good stuff. And that's why I tell y'all. Because sometimes y'all here will be like, I have enough stuff. I want to give somebody else a chance to win. And I'm like, well, people don't be entering, so just enter. Because I use a random generator. In this case, I didn't for the Pensies because it was only 2 eligible entries and it was 2 prizes, even though one was for international and one was for United States. I'm like, I'll just get rid of them both. So that's how that happened. I do still stand by Scott Barnes brushes. Customer service is shit. But I do stand by his brushes. And I still have some. So even though I'm giving some away, I don't like stuff not being used. And so that's why I'm giving some away. And I think that's what happened when I got the soft collection from Sigma. I wasn't using my Fenty brushes as much. I wasn't using Lethal brushes as much. I wasn't using Scott Barnes brushes as much. And so I'm like, I'm looking at how this looks. What's your favorite dish, Alexandria? Yeah, I haven't been in years. The last time I was maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, and they were doing like the buy one, get one entree to take home for free type of thing or something. And so, of course, I did that. There's an authentic Italian place right down the street from me. So if I do want Italian, I haven't been there since before COVID. But if I do want authentic Italian, I'll go there. And how do I know it's authentic? Number 1, the taste. Number 2, the cooks in the kitchen are old Italian men. So I'm like, that's for real. And the cashier is either like a Spanish guy or a black guy. But all the cooks is all white dudes. Yo, that food is so good. Oh my God. Once you've had authentic, you can definitely tell. Not the other food still isn't good. Shrimp scampi is Tanya's favorite. Mama Champagne and I always go to lunch at Olive Garden and the lunch at Crisp and Green every time she visits. That's our tradition. And those are amazing. That's one thing I miss about my mom. I don't celebrate my birthday. On my birthday, I would take her out, take her get manicured, pedicured, and we go to lunch. If she wanted to go somewhere else, we would go. Oh, you're welcome, Tanisha. I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. And so it's more like a chili. What's like a chili? Yeah, I'm going backwards in the chat. Oh, the pasta fagoli. I don't order chili out because my chili be the bomb. And every time I share either my chili or my sauce with my neighbor, she be like, girl, she's so tiny, but she gets loud. She be like, girl, you put your foot in that dish. I be like, Every time I give her something, she say the same. She be like, girl. She be getting loud with it too. You put your foot in that dish. And y'all know I don't really cook. So I'm just like, I got the few things I make, it has to be the bomb because I don't do it often. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. This is, I don't know if I want to connect this with that. And if I do I use the powder or this? We'll come back to that later. Did I just put more on here though? So let's get off of here. I don't think I put more on here just now. All right, let's move that one. So I'm gonna put white all over the face. Laugh my ass off. ColourPop will give you free super shot with my order. Yay, I used to love those things. Yo, I don't rock with ColourPop because I tried it. I promise you, I tried it. I don't know if it's pressed pigments or not. Juvie's place uses pressed pigments. I don't know what ColourPop, but the one or two things I've tried irritated my lids. So I was like, nah. And even their eyeliners irritated my lids. I was like, nah. So I don't even check for ColourPop, which is probably a good thing because they come out with a lot of nice looking stuff. And I'm like, nope, none for me, thank you. So I'm just, if this brush was just a little bit thinner, oh shoot. If this brush was just a little bit thinner, it would fit perfectly in this pan. But it is not a little bit thinner. So yeah, this part should go fairly quick. Nope, I'm not going nowhere. I am where I am going to be right now in this moment. Because I'm hanging out with you. I can't go nowhere. This is where the party at right here. Crazy Troll Nation in the house. Have y'all heard on Tubi? It's the I thought it was going to be really hokey, but it wasn't really hokey. Like it wasn't the best ever. Like Netflix, you can do a thumbs up or 2 thumbs up. And Tubi, you can only do the 1 thumbs up, which is what I gave it. It was y'all when y'all hear the title, y'all gonna be like, oh, thank you. Y'all gonna be like, girl. The title is Popeye the Slayer Man. That's the name of the movie. And so I was watching it last night or this morning actually, because y'all know I'm nocturnal. And I was just like, but it wasn't completely hokey. And it actually had a good plot too. And I'm just like, oh damn. And then I saw there's another Popeye movie, and I'm just like, oh my god. So I guess since I watch one, they're gonna keep giving me Popeye stuff. But it wasn't the best. It was on Tubi. Tubi does have some good things, but it was okay. So like if you have Tubi and one day you just want to watch something that is just like, that would be one to watch, and it's just, I was surprised though, because I thought it was going to be like really just awful. Did he finally strangle Olive Oil? Olive Oil wasn't in the one I watched. The other one, I forget what it's called already. Why is there something in my nose? Well, I should say in the hair in my nose. What the hell? Why when I sit here, it's either like dry skin on my nose or something in my nose or what the hell? My nose be waiting for y'all to show out and do stuff. What the fuck is that about, huh? Huh? Shrimp Alfredo. I don't do a lot of Alfredos because my stomach doesn't always want to process creamy stuff. I do have an intolerance to dairy. They call it an intolerance because some dairy I don't have an issue with, but there's a lot that I do. So he said it's not an allergy. He called it an intolerance. So I don't do Alfredo because anything that's like super creamy, I usually do have a problem with it. And it might be because there might be whole milk in it. I cannot do whole milk. I cannot do whole milk without being in severe pain. It is awful. And it happened gradually. Like most of my life, I had issues with milk, but it got worse as I got older. And even if y'all remember when they had lactate milk, that irritated my system too. So I'm just like, well, damn. So I had learned that I was able to, okay, don't get whole milk, get, 2%, 1% fat free. That was fine, right? And then years and years and years went by, and then the 2% started upsetting my stomach. So I'm like, okay, 1%, okay, we're cool. Years went by, 1% was upsetting my stomach. Fat free, we good. Years went by, fat free was like, bitch. I'm like, what the fuck? So then I tried almond milk. That was good for a little bit. And then like a year went by, all of a sudden my stomach started cramping. I'm like, almond milk, are you serious? So yeah, no. And I don't know if it's because and we do know that food today is not food of yesteryear. Like when we think of like our great grandparents, you know, they was just eating whatever. Because back then food was wholesome, and now it's like the soil is depleted, and that's why even eating, you know, as much fruits and vegetables they say, we're still deficient in certain vitamins because the soil is jacked up. Um, but yeah, I cannot do any milk without discomfort. And if I taste something and it's creamy, I'm like, nope, 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 nope. So I do not get Alfredo. But back in the day, though, I used to like it. But I cannot comfortably process that anymore. My system is like, no. Eat it if you want to. But we will rebel. And we want to rebel hard. I need a different brush because I keep hitting this black, which is not an issue because I can just go back and put more black on it. We used a lot of canning growing up too. Your mom, I have never canned anything. Nobody in my family has ever canned anything. You honestly don't think humans were meant to have milk, though I can't live without cheese. Y'all know me and my Gouda. Excuse me. We get $2 from Wilmington. Homemade spaghetti sauce with angel hair. My sauce tastes like it's homemade. All the seasonings and stuff I put in it. You've never seen it on Tubi? Weird. I wanted to watch it but skipped it. I forget the other. I saw it today. It's another Popeye movie, and I don't know if it's a storm or something happens, and he turns like on olive oil for whatever, according to like what it was saying. We're gonna take this brush. I didn't watch the preview, so I don't really know what that one is about. But you know, something with Popeye. And olive oil is in that one. But again, I didn't watch it. And I think I might, but then I'm thinking that one will be hokey because the one I just watched was not hokey. And I thought it was going to be. Hey Mark, how are you tonight? Joker's makeup ready to defeat Batman. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll say that. We're not doing a Joker look, but yeah, it does look like that. I do acknowledge it is looking like that. I'm trying hard not to overlap the colors because even if I go back, like with the black, it will still mix with the white. It won't be like a clean line. So that's why I'm being really careful with it. And I noticed even with the water-based paints, like if you cross them, it'll just like blend and blur the two colors. And it won't be either one color. It'll just be some other color. I learned that, not to say the hard way, but I learned that from actually doing that by mistake. So I'm like, oh, I'll just put some of this on and cover it up now. It ain't cover up. It did not cover up. I was looking at the lives I have scheduled for October, and there's 12 more lives scheduled, and all of those for October. The last week in October, I think there's one or two that's not scheduled yet. And the one that was going to be with Isom and the Natasha, I put to be determined, and I changed the thumbnail since we're not doing that. But I was thinking of how like all of our lives, the majority of our lives, like they have a different purpose. Like one like members exclusive is Member Shop My Stash. One of the lives is doing a look that they shopped for. We do our budget, our beauty budget update. That's another one. We do our palette roundup. That's another one. And if I get a new product, watch party, that's another one. And so even though we do a lot of lives, like there's a pattern to it. And I do have a thing with consistency. And so Yeah, if I just did all just makeup looks, and then some are troll play like now, but this was a member's request though. If it was just all just regular makeup, I wouldn't do as many because it would just all kind of just be the same. Okay, it's just a different look, but it's just a makeup look. And so I do like how we have different things. I want to put white under the eyes, but I don't know if I want to put this under my eyes. So we may do that last, just in case. And it doesn't say don't put white around the eyes. I think it's like red and orange, not around the eyes, and blue and green, not on the lips. For the Mayron, which is water activated. I don't know what it is for this one. Let's see. Oh, damn. Oh, take care if you have sensitive skin. But it doesn't really say what not to put where. I was just scanning this information on the back. Yes, my Glow Skies order is finally doing something awesome. Y'all, stuff is... I'm going to calm down. Stuff is just taking too fucking long. Stuff is just taking too damn long. I'm still waiting on my notoriously morbid lipsticks. And when I checked in, they said they were waiting for the tubes to come in. And I'm like, something as basic as lipsticks. Why not always just have the tubes in stock? And then I thought maybe they're going to be these ones. If it's the regular tubes like these, I'm like, y'all should just always have those. In my mind, I'm not a business owner, but I'm just like, this eye feels like it's tearing upward. But I'm just like, I just don't understand. We're going to go back to Mario. No, we're not yet. We're going to take that black just to kind of sharpen up these lines. I really act like I'm like doing this for like a shoot. This is how I am with clients. Like I keep going back and forth or as I see stuff. Even though like it's things that other people may not even notice or whatever, but I'm just like, I don't consider myself a perfectionist. I am a self-diagnosed OCD mild. So no therapist other than myself being a therapist has said I'm OCD. My therapist recognizes it. I was talking about something, and I say mild because I can control it, and it depends on my state of mind or what's going on with me, like if something really makes me feel anxious or not. And I was talking about something, so I'm sitting here and I'm looking over at the door because I was just like talking about something, and so I was just, processing out loud. And I saw that his hoodie was hanging on the hook, but one of the sleeves was inside out. And so I could see the inside gray of the sleeve, and it was hanging down longer than the hoodie. So, because it was sideways. And so as I'm talking, I'm just looking at it. I didn't feel anxious or anything. And I said, did you realize your sleeve is inside out on your hoodie over there? And he looked and he's like, no, I haven't noticed that. He's like, do you want me to fix it? Like, are you okay? So he does acknowledge. And I'm like, no, I said, it's not distracting. I said, I just noticed it, and I was just curious, like, have you noticed it? And he's like, I can fix it. I said, no, don't fix it. Like I said, I'm fine. And he was like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. He's like, okay. Because other stuff, it depends on if I, not to say emotional, because even being happy is an emotion. If I'm processing something that's, and I don't want to say traumatizing because that's too strong of a word. If I'm processing something that is not pleasant, that's when I notice other stuff more. And I think that's my mind's way of trying to distract myself from the unpleasantness of what I'm saying. I do hope that makes sense. And I was talking about something that had happened that had really bothered me. And out of nowhere, I'm like, your tissue box is crooked. Because like, here's the tissue box on top of something else, and it was kind of like hanging off on one side. And I said, your tissue box is crooked. And I started fixing shit, and I'm like, I'm trying to calm down. He said, no, it's okay. Do whatever you have to do. Um, and so that's something that I learned about myself too. Or like when I get sleepy, it just kicks in into high gear, and then I'm like trying to just rearrange stuff, fix stuff, or whatever. Years ago, probably like 10 years ago at this point, I met somebody out for dinner, and oh my gosh, the food was good, and they make their own root beer. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was so good. And the silverware wasn't straight. Well, it was wrapped in a napkin, but it wasn't straight. So like, here's the napkin, and here's the other one with the silverware. It's crooked. And so I put mine straight. And so we're just talking. And then I looked down, they were crooked again. So I fixed them straight again. And then so we're talking. And then I had like adjusted the salt and pepper shaker. So I'm guessing I was feeling anxious because it was my first time meeting this person. And so I noticed the third time that my silverware was crooked. And I said, why are you playing with me? He said, I was going to keep doing that to see how long it took you to realize I was doing that. So he was doing it on purpose. I was just like, and I had just met him. So some people do clock it. He was like, yeah, I was going to. I was like, dude, why are you playing with me? Because I just kept talking. And I wasn't even thinking like, why is this crooked? But he's like, yeah, and you did like rearrange the salt and pepper shaker like twice. Because he kept moving stuff on purpose to see if I was going to keep moving it back. We do have the MAC paint pot on my brows, and this is that oil-based black. But I'm seeing the shades are different. We're going to leave it. I'm like, why are you messing with me? Yeah, so he clocked it. I wasn't even paying attention. I just kept rearranging what he was messing up on purpose. He was like, I was waiting to see when you were going to realize. I said, don't be playing with me. So that was kind of funny. So sometimes people do clock it, sometimes they don't. Okay, let's see. Gloss guys pumping out. Yeah, they pumping out these palettes. Did I miss Jamara? Actually, Tanya, our members get to make requests, Jamara. Membership is $2.99. A member, actually it was Tanya, she's one of my channel memberships. She did make a request for Annabelle, and it is scheduled already as a live stream. But yes, if you want to make requests, join the membership. Or just join, because y'all do get perks. If you click join, it'll show you the perks. It won't actually join you. And then if you like the perks, then you have to click again to actually join. But Nana, what are you talking about? Spaghetti says, man, daughter is baking. Oh, your daughter loves baking cakes and brownies. Dolly Parton cake mixes. I have not tried that. All right, let me go back down. Excuse me. You love banana. I don't know what is that too. Are you talking about cake mix? Buttercream. Oh, okay, icing, I guess. Banana extract too with frosting, buttercream, and that hideous. Not that hideous. I love whipped frosting. I don't care what y'all say. UPS was waiting on that. Lost gods. There's a subreddit that I keep getting notifications for, and I didn't even join that subreddit, but it'd be like the DHL subreddit, the UPS subreddit, the tariff subreddit, and the shipping is a mess. People's stuff is getting sent back. It'll get to their state here in the United States, and then it'll be like return to sender, or it's going to be destroyed. Either or, it'll say if it's going to be destroyed or not, or sent back. At people, y'all, this is just wacky. Yes, this is, yeah, cracked porcelain doll. Finally got someone to tell you UPS was up, so you got that close and let them know. Okay, that's good. That's good. Because the brand, I think, does need to know that stuff. You were trying to get your realtor to tell you everything you need at once instead of piecemealing it to you. UPS is difficult to work with. Prefer UPS over FedEx. Janet for international. All right. I'm gonna turn this fan on. It is starting to dry down, so that's why you're seeing where some of it looks patchy. We might go back at the end and fix stuff, or we might not. We'll see. So what am I going to do right now? I do want to put white under my eyes, but I'm kind of like, I don't know what I prefer. Because I don't order from overseas a lot. Who did I order from overseas? Oh, Lethal Cosmetics. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to be ordering from them anytime soon or in the foreseeable future. I say it that way because I'm really feeling some kind of way at their customer service. At the same time, though, when I was going through customer service issues, I stayed on top of it. And I was just like, look. And so I think the result may have been different if their result wasn't accepted. But that's just me. But I do still feel some kind of way about that, and especially if they're like, oh, well, you opened it. How do you want to know something's broken until you damn open the damn thing? You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Janet. And so when brands say that shit, and some will say, they take gently use because you don't know if something's broken until you open the damn thing. So how are you going to be like, oh, well, you opened it? How else would I have known it was damaged if I didn't open it? You know what I'm saying? So I do feel some kind of way about that. But when I had the issue with the brushes, y'all, we went back and forth for like 3 weeks, if not longer. And then they finally gave me a solution that I was okay with. But it does take the joy out of buying from a brand to me. Like even when I went through that thing with the brushes, I was just like, y'all gonna fix this, like in my mind, because I have no problem not buying from you. And it wasn't until I said, as a consumer, as a customer, I feel like I wasted my money because I received products that are defective. And then their next email, and this again is after like 3 weeks, their next email was like, we never want any customer to feel like, they're not appreciated or that they wasted their money, blah, blah, blah. And that's when they gave me a solution that I was in agreement with. But I'm like, I had to do all that. But anyway. And lately, I do have a white. I have a white eyeliner. We're going to put this on our inner rooms at the bottom. That's from NYX. And it's only... I have 12 different brands of eyeshadow. I mean, a lot of brands, because they use pressed pigments, I look at them and I just disregard it because I know I'm not going to be able to use it. And so it's easy for me to say, I'm just not going to buy from so-and-so because I cannot comfortably wear whatever it is on my eyelids. This eye is tearing upward. I can feel it. I can feel it. So I do know it's a blessing and a curse to be sensitive to pigments because a lot of these brands do use them. And I'm like, well, I won't be buying it. I was looking at the Nomad palette. It looks muted to me, but then I got the Nature palette from Mario. I looked on their website. It doesn't look like any of them pressed pigments because they are good about saying this shadow is pressed pigments, this one isn't recommended for eye use, that type of thing. And none of them say that. And so I don't want it. And I'm thinking I only looked it up like just to see because I don't just want to buy it just because I can wear it. You know what I mean? And for the most part, sad to say, I do feel like I'm over Nomad. Like I don't know. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's my mindset because when they did start using pressed pigments, and I'm like, well, can't use them anymore. And it's not a whole palette, but it's like more than half the palette would be. And when I would ask her, she would say, certain colors we can only get if we use pressed pigments. And I'm like, okay, I'm not buying it. Even though I did get that Inslee Rain palette that had 3 pressed pigments in it out of like 18 shades or 15 shades. So I could feel it tearing up here. So this is where we are right now. This side, the other side is sharp. I'm going to leave that like that. The Blend Bunny looks pretty, but I would have to have the iridescent palette with the matte palette. I did, Tanya. Janessa got the Rotten collection from Blends. Did anyone purchase new indie releases lately? Nope. Not I. But then I want, but I'm thinking that even Mario is an indie brand because it's just him. It's his name. It's not a company. And the same like for Natasha Denona and Pat McGrath Labs versus like Fenty, which is under Louis Vuitton. So that's not indie because that's part of a company. All Estee Lauder stuff, all their brands are part of a conglomerate. Whereas if it's just like one person, like Notoriously Morbid is independent. It's just them. They're not under any other brand. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, because y'all know I'll be making up shit. We're gonna put this white on our inner rims, even though we have that brown there. The idea is to make all of this white. Supposedly make the eye bigger. But why are my eyes looking red? The whites in my eyes are not looking right. Interesting. I don't know why that's looking like that. And both of them are looking like that. NYX has some nice eyeliners, y'all. This one is... This eye is really tearing up with, but because of the color of that shadow on my lid and in the crease, you cannot tell because it's so shimmery. This is retractable eyeliner. That's what it's called. Retractable eyeliner from NYX. Y'all, this is like super wet in here and I can feel it. I can feel it. What brush did we use for that? Maybe this one? When it tears and then it starts to dry, it feels itchy. Which is weird. But anyway. Alright, so... Alright, I need another thin brush. We're going to use I'm going to take... I want to use a lethal brush because they're all stained already anyway. Versus the Esom brushes, which they're not stained and it has a black tip. This is a lethal brush. When I got it, it was white. Don't see it ain't white. Just got Sinful Echoes ordered yesterday. I didn't even heard of that brand. This nostril is itching on the inside. Blend Bunny looks pretty. Don't press anything since the Blend Bunny. Alright, I have to pick up my OG and leave the office before these people make me lose your goddamn mind. I'll try to check when you get home. Okay, safe travels, Janessa. Yeah, don't lose your mind. Don't lose your mind. All right, let's get to... That's how we're going to do it. Do I want to trace this out first? Actually, it was something else I wanted to do. Hopefully it works. We're actually going to take this brush. We're going to go into... Do I want to do the brown first? I mean the gray first. This is when I wished I had a black single shadow because I don't know if I'm going to ruin this shadow or not because of the paint. Actually, we're going to take this first, and this is a shimmer gray, and we're just going to go around the perimeter of my face. And the reason I was saying if I had a single compact is because this going on or touching the oil-based paint and then I'm putting it into the palette, I don't know if it's going to mess up the shadow. Apparently, I don't care too much. Apparently. The joys of having short to no hair. Like, I don't care about getting stuff in my hairline. And then after this, we're going to start with the lines. I didn't take out the translucent powder from in my kit. I did think to, but then I was like, I'll just use my Fashion Fair powder to set it. Even though that has color to it. So I don't know if that'll interfere with the coloring of the paint or not. But we're going to find out. We're going to learn today. Is my nose running? Y'all. Is my nose running? There's no paint back here, so I can. That's this shade. That's a nice shade. Gonna do the tip of the brush. And bring that down here. Just under the edge of the white paint. This is a lot of fun. Thank you, y'all, for being here with me to create this look. I do really believe with all of my heart, mind, and soul that this is going to be more of a doll look than that Team Too Much thing that I did before. Yeah, it really bothered me. I'm like, I did not complete the brief. I'm like, I need to do this over and give Dawn what she asked for, which was a porcelain doll crack look. I take my membership perks seriously, y'all, as you see. We're all gonna put black up there and back here. This is kind of cute. Thank you, Janet, whatever that was. You forgot Notoriously Morbid re-released some classic palettes. We're gonna use the other side. No, we're gonna take a clean one. Y'all can tell I want to say something, right? I'm gonna take that black as lightly as I can. I used the gray first because I wanted to have a gradient. So we put in the black like behind the gray. I want to say something so bad. I already talked about the lipstick things. Like how you don't have lipstick tubes. If it is the tubes, that's what I'm thinking. They're waiting for the rectangular ones, the black ones. But we're going to see. If it shows up and it's them tubes, I'm going to be like, how y'all just don't have that on hand? But anyway, I do love the brand. I do. And the tariff situation didn't help, but I understand it. First world problems. Upset because my stuff is taking long to get to me. First world problems. I do know that, and I recognize that. But it's just like, and then when the stuff comes, I'm like, oh, wow, oh my gosh. You know what I mean? So it's just like, girl, like, why are you complaining when you know when you get it, you're going to be happy as hell. I'm going to be gay. I'm going to be happier than hell to have my package. I know, y'all. I know. That's cute. Why come this white right here looks consistent, but then over here looks like it's blended with that gray? I'm going to take the brush that had the gray. Just tap that in a little bit. And what we're going to do now, we're going to take another one of those brushes. You don't see them on their website, though. Yeah, a lot of stuff they just bring back like temporarily. The one time you order from it took months to get. The 6 lipsticks I'm waiting for, I ordered those on June 26th. And it was pulled for processing like a month ago. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't know whether to take this brown or this tan. I'm thinking let's try the tan. Because it'll show up darker because it's over in oil. I'm going to take another brush and blend these. I don't want to blend a lot with this brush because we're going in and out of the shadow. And I don't want to overly contaminate the shadow with the oil-based paint. Yeah, I am still excited to be on their PR team. One of the palettes they're sending, it's not even on the site anymore. And I remember for something else that I asked about, They said they would prefer to send me stuff that's evergreen for both me and for them, which made sense. But now, like, one of the palettes ain't even available no more. So I'm like, well, that wasn't evergreen either. So I don't know. And one of the palettes I ordered, that was temporary. I think it was the dark side or something. It was a little 9-pan palette. This eye is tearing and it's starting to tear downward. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. So I don't know. First world problems. And there's a lot more stuff going on in the world for me to be concerned about than my makeup. This administration is fucking nuts. If y'all are on that side, it's okay. We can agree to disagree. But shit is just crazy. Shit is just crazy. All right, we're going to take a different brush. I got a square forehead, and I keep forgetting that for some reason. I'm going to take this brush, which is pokey. This is a Sigma brush. I do not like it. It's an F64, but it is nice for just blending out eye primer. But anything that's not just a sweet, this is pokey as hell. And this is it says soft blend concealer. This shit ain't soft. So we're just going to just buff along this line with that shade we just put into the white paint. That's what we're going to do with this one. I have a tendency to just follow my hairline, which is square, so then it looks like it's square, but my hairline is square. But I need to be more conscious to not put on paint or shadow and it looks square. I need to round it off is what I'm saying. Emma! Yes, you are cool, Emma. How you doing today? Y'all have never had to wait 3 months for friggin' lipsticks. June 26th, August 26th, September 26th. 3 months already. I'm still waiting for these 6 lipsticks. And then I'll get them and be like, oh, these are so nice. Swatch party. It's just bizarre. This side, we're going to take more of this shade. This is the brush that had that. And we're going to put this here because this side is further down. I'm going to take this brush again and just blend that with the white. So we're trying to just get a gradient here. I just had a pain in this eye. What the fuck? Oh, gee. Lord have mercy. Why does that look gray and that look brown? That's the same shade. It was this shade. What is happening? You know why? Maybe because it's mixing so much with the white. Now let's just keep it moving because we still got a little bit more to do. I'm going to take that black. I don't want this being that square, but then you know it's going to look like I have horns. If I put this back here, it's the devil doll. I think I'll wash my hair tonight in the shower. What do y'all think? Or just wash it in the sink. That do not look right. How long have you played? Oh, trumpet. Y'all, my mom wanted me to do clarinet. I didn't want to do it. I told her I didn't want to play clarinet. After the second time, I accidentally on purpose lost it. She was like, I'm not buying you another one if you keep losing them. I was like, oh. Inside, I was jumping up and down for joy because I ain't never want to play that damn thing. And I sucked at it. And I think, looking back, I think part of it is because I am partially tone deaf. And so I'm the one that you hear just this weird squeak. And it got to the point where the choir director, not the choir director, the whoever director, when it would do that, he would just look at me and go, like he knew it was me. He knew it was me. He knew it was, he was just kind of looking, not even saying it. Because at first they're like, oh, well, do this, do that. After a while, he wouldn't say nothing. He would just look and just keep on going. I didn't want to play the damn thing anyway. This side looks gray in here, and this side looks brown. We're going to blend those two shades together. Like, yeah. So it took me 2 times to accidentally on purposely lose it. Now there is a space where it wiped off that shimmer shadow, the tearing up there. I told her up front, I'm like, I don't want to play that. My mom did try. She put us in dance class. I've always been uncoordinated and clumsy. My biological sister she would tell my mom, your oldest daughter is really good. Your younger daughter, she tries hard. That's exactly what that lady would say. Like, I've never been graceful. The oldest one is really good. Your younger one tries really hard. Thank you, lady. I am, for the most part, content with this. Both sides look different, but can you see both sides? I do like that gradient. So you see the darker, then you see like the whitish gray, and then the brown tan type thing. But this side, the shape is different because it seems like it's coming out like this, where this side is just more coming down versus like out and down. And I don't want to keep messing with it. I don't, because we still have to do the lines in the face. I always feel like I have a lot to do, and the reality is that we do have a lot to do. So these videos, troll play does usually take me a solid 2 hours. Well, I'll say an hour and a half, but we've been here. We maybe started an hour 15 minutes ago, because I think 20 minutes was just like, hey, how y'all doing? Blah, 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 blah. But once we started, like, this does take a long time. And it is breaking up. It's drying down. It's oil based. It is breaking up. We may go back and fix it later, or we may not, because it's supposed to be a cracked dial. So let the crack stay cracked. Crack ain't always whack. Unless it's a student at STD. Thank you, Emma. You're getting ready for bed. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for being here. Janet squeaked the read way too often. Huh? 4 years in. Oh, you've been. Oh, okay. The game, the trumpet. You squeak. Yeah, I was squeaking. Hey, Tashay. We're doing a cracked doll look. I know it just looked like something else. Somebody said the Joker, and I agreed with that. I do like the shading though, that gradient. And I remember saying, I think this has become my official troll play shading palette. I'm like, sorry, Mario. So, okay, let's get with these lines. Did I use this one? Yeah, they had the white paint on it. For some reason, I didn't think I was going to be using all of these brushes, but we are. I'm going to put this palette down because I'm concerned for my fingers. And this wasn't the one that was acting up yesterday. Michelle checked on me today. She's like, how's your finger? And y'all, when, like right here, it feels good. When I do this, before I even get it to my palm, like I feel it tightening up. And it's something with this joint right here. It's just weird. Oh, you were here and came back? Oh, okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. So what we're going to do, all right, this is another lethal brush. Is this the one we used earlier? No, and it could have been because the other one, we had one that we used for black. So now we're going to make our cracks. I know I just got quiet. We're not going to do team too much. That's me trying to convince myself. You have a good night, Emma. Thank you for being here, and stay cool, Emma, because Emma is cool. I appreciate you being here. I know I got quiet. I know. Absolutely, Justin. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I am not. There would be something if I went to the gas station like this or something. Like, where the hell? The lady's face, I did the mask look for that last event. The one that wanted just a block of color straight across. I posted a picture. She said I could, and so I tagged her in, and she commented. She had a story already planned out that she was the Green Lantern if she had got stopped by the police. I said, you gotta have a story ready. And she said her drive was like 3.5 hours. She's like, I had a story ready. For that 3.5 hour ride home, I was cracking up. Gotta have your story. They probably would have left her alone thinking she was crazy after they got close enough to see her face. It was a simple look, and it still took me like 20 minutes. Trying to make sure the colors stay consistent all the way across and making sure the lines are even and, you know, all of that. When I'm looking here, I'm looking at the bigger picture. When I'm looking over here, I'm looking at like exactly like what I'm doing and where I'm at. It's a casual Tuesday look. Absolutely, living my truth. Thank you, Justin. Thank you. Someone actually finally sees me and understands me. Oh goodness. Yes, this is the crack look that Dawn wanted. The crack doll look. Because that other one wasn't it. It was a nice look, but that wasn't what she asked for. And I really did feel bad. Because I do take my members' request seriously. This is too round. Cracks aren't really round. So why am I putting a number T, a letter T, a number T, letter T? Is Dawn still in here? I don't even know if I'm gonna let it, I don't even know if I'm gonna set it with powder because it's supposed to look cracked anyway. And you can see how the white, how vibrant it was in the beginning and now it's not. But if we are a cracked doll, then it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's breaking up around my nose. At least ain't nothing in my nose this time. God. I'll come on here and be like, girl. Okay, I'm about to cross over into team too much. Emma. Thank you, Emma. All right, y'all. We're almost done. I'm going to do a line. I shouldn't have brought this that far down, but we're going to do a line straight across. I'm feeling like it's not going to be straight. We're going to take this brush. This is an Esom brush. No, we're not. Because that's a good brush. Oh, this is the newer Esom one. What? Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to take this brush. I think this came in the kit. We're going to take this brush. Excuse me. Whew. Pretty girl. There's paint in here, and I don't want to put this down and it smears onto stuff. But I do have a microfiber cloth down here that I'm putting these brushes on. Well, hanging it over the edge of the cloth. Hanging the brush, like here's the cloth, and so the brushes are here. So that way it's not getting on the brush. Why are words sometimes so hard? Thank you for the thumbs up, y'all. Thank you for, I saw something go up. I'm guessing it was hearts. Thank you. I can already tell this side is thicker than that side. Oh, do they almost look the same? This is a little further down. But because this side is thicker. Skinny Queen, hi, it me. How you doing today? Why I get so loud? I always get so excited when you come in here. Oh my gosh, I always do. And it goes back to the comment you made the very first time you came into one of the lives. Like, that really did stick with me. She came and she stayed. Yeah, but that really meant a lot to me when you said that. And I don't remember a lot of stuff, but I remember that. Like, seriously. Oh, this finger, y'all. And I'm just holding the fucking brush. Okie dokie. So, and we have to do a lip too. And then we'll be done. So we're putting pointy side down. Thank you for the hearts. And we didn't add anything more to the brush. And this is why I was saying I shouldn't have put this here. Exactly. That's what we're going for. It was a member request for a cracked porcelain doll. And the look I did was not a cracked porcelain doll. And so I circled back to do it to give the member what she asked for. Because I do take my membership perks seriously. I really do. And she was like, no, the look is nice. I said, yeah, but it's not what you asked for. Because if she were a client, or if I was on a photo shoot, and they say this is the type of look we want, and I do something that ain't that, it's going to throw off, yeah, that it's unacceptable. And I probably wouldn't even get paid. Because it's like, okay, now we got to have somebody else come in and redo what you didn't do. And that's why I take it seriously. Boo to you too, Ricky. Ricky Mountain Mary, how you doing tonight? Thank you, Skinny Queen. Don't do that. I'm easily startled. Ooh, you learning, Dion? Okay. Keep in mind, I'm goof troop. So take what you like and disregard all the weird shit that I do. I love troll play, which is what I call these types of looks, because it can be whatever you want it to be. Like, even if you're looking at a picture for inspiration, it doesn't have to look like that picture. It's like whatever. And I've done looks before. People are like, what's that? I said, whatever you want it to be. And that's the joy, just playing in makeup and just having fun with it. And not caring too much of, is this perfect? Is this, is that? Who's the judge if it's perfect? If you like it, I love it for you. You know what I mean? But that's part of our motto here. Wear what you want to wear and just rock it. Because somebody's always going to say something negative. And even if they think they're helping, I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, that ain't, no, you're being rude. And don't be afraid to curse people. I'm not, let me stop. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. I'll just say it that way. Because sometimes people don't want to, thank you for, sometimes people don't want to say stuff. Well, how will it sound? Just speak your piece. Speak your piece. It's very freeing. Because the least that'll happen is they'll learn not to mess with you. That's the least that'll happen. This is cracking up everywhere. But we're cracked off, so it's okay. We're almost done, y'all. We just got the lip to do. Yes, this is bare. We're going to leave it. Because y'all know I have a tendency to want to do like all the things all over the darn face. The lip that's in this, I'm overlapping my lip because I'm trying to transfer some of the white down here. Because I really don't want to add more white. That reminded me years ago, because that uncle is no longer with us. He's walking in the house and he's like, talking. And one of his brothers was like, where your teeth at? He said, in the glove compartment. They said, well, go get them. That's what that reminded me of. I know. When people don't have teeth, their mouth looks like it's, I don't know. The lip here, I do like how that's looking. This had the white on it. We're not putting more on here. I don't even, yeah, there's still some in here. He's like, where your teeth at? In the glove compartment. I looked, I was just like, yo, my family be off the hook. I was like, oh my God. They were like, well, go get them. He's like, I don't feel like going back outside. I was just like, oh my gosh. All right. That actually looks straight across. Even though my lip line is, my lips are actually crooked. Y'all, I forgot this was Skinny Queen for a second. I read my own comment and said, darn, that girl funny. I know, right? Like sometimes I'll say something, I'll be like, did I say that? Because sometimes I will really forget. It's Halloween look is giving Frankenstein. I'm glad you're doing great, Skinny Queen. So we just have a lip to do. Do I want to do a lipstick or a paint? Because we do have reds in here and we do have pinks in here. I like the stitching. I like the stitching look. Something is bugging me. We're not going to do team too much. We're not going to do team too much. We're not going to do team too much. We're not. I am trying to convince myself. What am I looking for? Don't touch my face. Sometimes I'm thinking I'll touch my nose. So I'm just like, what am I thinking? I'm thinking, this is that no-name brush. I think it was in the kit. Also, I think a black and white cracked pattern lip look would be great for the cracked doll look. We're actually going to do a red or a pink or a purple or something. I actually like this, y'all. Is Dawn still here? She hasn't said anything in a while. This is her look. How do I want to do this? Excuse me for smacking. I want to do kind of a heart-shaped look, but I never draw hearts even. So that's why I'm kind of like, and I think we'll just use the paints. Or I could, I can just put it on a palette. I was trying not to have to, well, not have to, because I don't have to use a palette to put. And I pulled out 3 Sephora cream lip stains. This one is 124 Rose Instinct. This one is 126 Hot Pink. Dark red focused on middle. Janet says this one is 01 Always Red. So I think I'm going to trace and then fill in and then the red in the center. Yes, Janet. I'm going to put this away because we're not going to use that. We also were going to put lashes down here because this is supposed to be the lower lash line. And I almost forgot. Oh, I got an itch. Oh, hell. Let me see what color is white. Oh, it just spun. I'm at 153.39 and it just spun and then said I'm live. I got an itch on my nose. What color is that? That's white. So let me take this. Tap where it's itching. I like that. And I do like the shading as well. All right, palette. So let me move this. Actually, I can close this up because I do think we're done with that. So we're going to put that away. We're going to put the lashes more so in front of me somewhere. So hopefully I won't forget. We're going to take This is the 124 Flare the Nostrils for Effect. And we're going to just put, and this is what I do for clients, put the lip color on a palette. All cream products, it goes onto a palette. And we're going to go ahead. I'm going to turn off this fan again. And this one is hot, hot pink. And so we're going to put this here. And so we're going to work off of the palette. We're going to take Always Red. That's one of the favorite things you do is the flare in the nostrils for effect. That's for you, skinny queen. I used to be able to raise one eyebrow until I started getting Botox for my migraines. I used to be able to raise this one. This is all it'll do now. Why my nose foot? I'm trying to raise my eyebrow. But then this goes up too. Like, I can't do it as much as I used to be able to do that. Thank you, Michelle. We're going to use different. Do I want to use different? I'm going to have to use some East. Well, let me see. We're going to trace out first with this one. Let me just get the trace done and then we'll figure out what other brushes. So we're going to take Rose Instinct. And I hope this is enough. This is where I need to channel my inner Janessa, because she does exaggerate her lip line and it always looks really good. This brush is stiff, y'all. It's stabbing me in my lip. I know I got quiet. Oop, I didn't mean to hit up there. I think that's, yeah, we're gonna just leave it like that. And actually, okay. This brush is stiff. This is great for eyeliner though, but it feels rough on my lips. I'm gonna do a smoky eye tonight after seeing how gorgeous those lids are. And this one has a patch where my teariness just wiped off the shadow. But because it's a shimmer shade, shimmer shades are more forgiving when my eyes tear because you can't really tell too much. But when it's a matte shade, it's clearly just a hole on my lid. Thank you, y'all, for being here. I am always acutely aware of when I get quiet, because that's when I hear my refrigerator humming. And I don't want y'all to be bored. It's like we're not watching a silent movie here. Silent movie here. I know I said that weird. This will have to do, this side is up higher, just a smidge. I like it a lot. So what we may do is put the white on the outer portion of the lip, like outside of where this is. Y'all, I'm gonna have all these brushes to wash. Another brush. I'm gonna take this one. This is from the kit. So I'm using like the cheapy brushes for this. I don't know why. Both of these are from the kit. Excuse me. I'm gonna take these two. Yeah. Or that's the Sigma one. We're gonna use that. Excuse me. Michelle's asking for a brush stick. How was date night, Michelle? Excuse me. Olive Garden acquired. What did you get? And we're going to take this one and we're going to go into hot, hot pink. Cobbled over. Jump on the flight real quick. By the time you get there, that food's going to be gone. Hi, Emmett. How are you? This is not the right brush for this. This is not the right brush for this. But we're here now. This is not the right brush for this. I want to do a thinner line instead of the side of the brush. Where did Dawn go? I love to hear what she thinks of her look. And now Sean loves talking about electrician nonsense, so he was totally in his element. For date night? Went to a diner and walked around Luvs. Okay. Hey, as long as y'all had fun. Then we're gonna go with the red, which is always red. This nostril's starting to run. Raise your hand if you want garlic breadsticks. Took you a long time to type that it should have. Now we're going to go with always red. So what we have done here is created a gradient for this color. We started with this, and then this inside of that, and this is going to go to very center. And it may all look the same in person. It's a little difference, but not. Yeah, in person, you can tell it's different. But it might just look like the shade is just blended. Skinny Queen, you just made me think, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you said if you want garlic breadsticks, raise your hands. So this is going on the very inside. That's cute. It is bleeding. That first shade, this is the brush we used for that first lipstick. But you know what? We're going to leave it. I think it's because the whole look is, it's supposed to, the white. So I thought I was done with this, but I was not. We're going to take that same brush. You love the hairline? Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to have fun. This is looking bare, like right here. Just noticed that just now. Do I want to? Yeah, I do. Which one of these had the black on it? This one did. This right here is looking bare, just in that one spot. This is a sure way for me to wash my hair. Put shadow on it. I'm wondering now, is his nature palette going to end up being like a troll play palette like this one? If you can see what I'm doing with his ethereal eyes palette. Yeah, that ain't ethereal eyes, girl. I know, but this is so much freaking fun. So we're going to take the brush that had the white on it. And we're going to say, white, please. Hey, Mike, please tell me what the hell you are trying to be. Please tell me what the hell are you trying to be interested in. How about this? You tell me if I'm trying to be interesting. And you know what? I tell people all the time I'm goofy as hell. I am #1 goof troop. So I don't know if you meant that to be snarky or not, but I am goofy as hell, and I do tell people that. Like, seriously, I tell people I'm goof troop. I am. So thank you for recognizing my hidden talents. Oh, you can. Janessa like girl, door help. I was gonna say keep them here. And I do when I'm down at the play space, or if I'm at the hospital, and I give somebody my card, and I'm like, I have a YouTube channel, and I say I'm goofy as hell. So I'm just letting you know that now, because when I'm out, I'm not always as goofy as I am here. And so I really do tell people I'm goofy as hell on my channel. Like, I seriously do. I'm like, just so you know, the person you see right now doing your makeup here, this isn't who you want to see in the videos. And they be like, I love your channel already. Haven't even seen it yet. I'll be like, thank you. Make sure you subscribe. This white is bleeding. gonna take it all the way across because of how this turned out right there. But then we're gonna have to go and fill in. Where is Dawn? Yesterday, Janessa, when I was finishing your look, I was like, Janessa? 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 So tonight it'll be like, Dawn? 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 Are you liking your look? For some reason, I'm thinking she had to go walk the dog. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Because when dogs want to go, you better take them. And they say how, you know, people train their dogs. The dogs train the person too. Training each other. Thank you, Grace. Yep, period. I tell people I'm goofy as hell. And I really am. Like, I don't say that to be, you know, self-deprecating. Like, I know, like, sometimes, and y'all have seen me really serious on here. Y'all have seen me being goof troop on here. But people who normally see me serious, I'm like, I'm goofy as hell on my channel. Just so you know. The lip is off center. Do I care? No. You walked the dog twice tonight and he's still tore up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the lip is off center. Excuse me for smacking. Because this line right here is longer than from here to here. And y'all might not have noticed it if I didn't say that. But that's part of what I do. I be looking at stuff. Which one of these? You know what, y'all? Yeah, that's that shade. This is, let me put that down. Oh, we need to do our lashes. That'll be the very, very last thing. I am taking Rose Instinct, that first shade, for the lips because this white is bleeding. It's dry on this palette already. Am I making it worse? It is dry on this palette. Okay, here we go. Stop. Just stop. Okay. You keep trying to make me say hi, Mike. Bitch, they already know I'm here. Ooh, ooh. Ooh. Skinny queen. Ooh. Ooh. Sounds like your toddler. Tearing him down. Oh my gosh. That was funny. I'm gonna take the most foo-fooish of them all. This pair. And hopefully, it does look like it's wide enough to like fit across this black line. If I had a white, thank you, Diver. That is a compliment. I appreciate that. Oh man, like YouTube don't tell you what to do unless you're a member, because members do get to make requests. When I was saying earlier, I was trying to think if I had a white shadow because that's what I would have put like here. But we're going to keep it moving. So we're going to, I don't know why now I'm using these when normally I just like rip them out the package and stick it on my eye. You know what? I can't even grab them with my fingers. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I'm having problems already. Trying to, please say I don't need to put glue on it. These don't have near no bit of glue on them. What? It says it's magnetic. Okay, I took this one out. There's no glue on there, and it does say magnetic, but there's a band. So is this band supposed to go? And the band ain't even sticky, and it broke. So half the band. decide where you want to go, Fred. Are you asking my permission to go somewhere else? That was stupid. I shouldn't say that. That's not nice. Why are you asking me if you can go somewhere else? That was a strange one. And people have said some things here, but that's just strange. We're going to take this. It doesn't say what it is. What does it say on the back of the box? Apply a magnetic eyeliner to your eyelids, but it's going to be down here because this is to symbolize the lower lash line. Wait about 2 minutes. Oh, we ain't waiting that long. Stick lashes and you're done. How to remove, gently peel it off with the tweezers. Tweezers. Before applying, please make sure you have an allergy test. We're going to test it on my face. For me to have sensitive skin, y'all, I do sometimes just be trying stuff and not knowing, like, if I'm going to have a reaction. That's not the smartest thing at all to do. Yeah, that's right, Michelle. Like, why are you asking me? Can you go somewhere else? I should have been like, motherfucker, please. This feels weird. What the hell is this? And I do have lash glue. Is this dry? Y'all, what the fuck is this? The fuck is that? The hell? Is this dry? Where'd I order this from? It is dry, y'all. This ain't no good. Because I put this in here. I'm glad this is me and not a client. So this is what I did. This is dry the fuck out. Well, now I know. So you know what? Makeup trash. And there's another one in here. You know what? This one has plastic around it. The one that I put in the... my left hip just popped. The one I threw in here did not have plastic around it. So we're going to try this one. And I didn't open it because I didn't use any of the lashes. So let's take the plastic off, which is something I struggle with all the time. Probably because I got nubby nails. Last time I went to get a pedicure, she looked at my nails. I do keep my toenails trimmed. And she just kind of looked at them and was like, I said, no, like this. And then she said, and then she cut them. So I like my toenails and my fingernails like super short. I was like, no, I want them like this. And she was like, oh, okay. And then that's what she did. Because some people, they do like their toenails longer because they do the French tips on their toes and all that. And I'm like, no, I don't want my toenails snagging my carpet and scratching the sheets and all. No, cut them shits like this. And as you can see, my nails do grow in white anyway. So people are like, oh, you got your nails done? No, they just grow like that. So let's see with this one. What the fuck? And this is, what the fuck is this? Is this an Amazon purchase? Okay, no. And y'all saw I just opened it. Like, what the fuck? All right, where's my last glue? I know it's right here somewhere. Like, I know. Oh, here it is. This is the Duo Lash Glue. Y'all, this just, what the fuck? So we're going to put the lash glue on. This is a whole process. I'm glad that I am trying these though, because if I was in front of a client doing this, that's time consuming. The glue, the Duo glue is grayish. Well, not grayish, it is gray. So that's the glue. This is the one without the glue. And you see those little ridges? It is supposed to just adhere to the witchamajigget, but the witchamajigget is dry. We're going to take this brush and we're just going to blend that out. Well, we're going to run it along the band. That's what we're doing. Those who do lashes on a regular basis, much respect, because this is too much. Fan it, let it dry a little bit, then stick it on your eye or your face or wherever your eyelid, eyelashes. Yeah, the witchamajigget. Yep. Exactly. So these are, is it going this way or this way? This way. I'm gonna put this right here. I seldom use that darn tweezer thing. I just hit my finger on my face. Okay, it's not sticking. Y'all, me and lashes. You know why? I'm putting it upside down on purpose, but it's not wanting to stick upside down. That's kind of cute. So what I'll do is take that black and go along where that white line is. I like it. I like it. I think Janessa would like, you like, I think you would like this lash, Janessa, because it is like super fluffy and super full. I really do think you would like these. But this is the most foo-foo-ish out of the bunch. This was from the top row from up here. And I like how this one gives you a gradient. The lashes they sent with the kit, they were all the foo-foos. And I'm like, who the hell? You like it too? Thank you. I don't know if the Tylenol I took was expired, but I could have sworn the lipstick she put on was light pink and now it's red. We have on 3. We traced out with this shade. And then we put this on the inside of this. And then we put this on the inside of this one. So we have on 3 different lipsticks. So yeah, it was purplish. This is called Rose Instinct. This is called Hot Hot Pink. The red one is called Always Red. And so, no, it's not the Tylenol. We did use different colors. So let me put glue on this one. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the glue on the brush and then just run the brush. When I look down, I see the foo-foo. I'm like, because I'm like, why? What's happening with my vision? So I'm putting the glue. Do you want to come out the tube? All right, we put the glue on the brush, and then we're going to run the brush. This is obscuring my vision. And then we're going to run the brush along the band, instead of putting it on the band and then still using a brush to do it. So we're like knocking out a step here. All right. And this goes this way. I can smell that glue. This is so cute. Oh no, I got loud. And not team too much with the face. Where is Dawn? Like, are you liking your look, girl? Where you at? Hey, Mocha. Hi. Oh, hey, Gina. I remember you from before. How are you tonight? Excuse me. Oh, you didn't pay attention. How are you, Gina? Thank you, Mocha. I know in my day-to-day life, oh, shoot. I call them both Jenna. One, the name is spelled Jenna. The other one is Ginna. To me, it both says Jenna. But the one with the I, she was like, no, J-E is Jenna. And she said her name, I forget how she even said her name was, because it didn't make sense to me. But she pronounced them both differently according to how they were spelled. And I'm just like, what? I didn't understand. I didn't understand what she was saying. Like, to me, Gina, I think the J-E, she was saying Gina. And for her name, the G-I-N, she was saying Jenna. Like gin, like the liquor gin. I think that's what she had said. Jenna. And the J-E-N was, no wait, the G-I-N was Jenna. And the J-E-N was Gina. But if it's a J-E-N-N, it's not a long E sound. So I was really, I keep hitting my my face. Yeah, so I was just like, what? We're going to take, this is going to be super quick, y'all, and then we'll be done. Super quick, because that was the last thing. But now we're going to just put a black where the lash band is. So we're going to take that brush. Which one was it? I don't know. We're just going to use this one. So we're just going to take that. YT, stop telling me to say hi. Excuse me. So we're just going to run this along where the band is, where the, because it has those little witchamajiggets on it. Witchamajiggets thingamabobs. Like where the magnetic piece is supposed to stick. I'm glad I tried these because if I was doing this for a client, y'all, this would take so much extra time. And number one, as a pro MUA, it's embarrassing when your shit's dried up and don't work. It's like, how old is that? And I did just open it, so it's not. I mean, so yeah, it was old, but not because I had it open or for a long time. I had just freaking opened it. But yeah, that's embarrassing. I was doing a friend's makeup, and I opened the mascara for the first time, and it was dry. When I took the wand out, the wand was the same color. It wasn't even black for mascara. And she looked at it. I said, I know it's dry. I know. But if that wouldn't have been a friend that I was doing for free, I would have been embarrassed. I really would have been, because that's not professional. I like it. I like it. I like it. Let's make this a little bit more black. Oh, shoot. I done made a dot up here. That's okay. Let's make it on purpose. Yo, I like this. Not team too much. Not team too much, finally. Y'all, this is obscuring my vision. When I look down, I just see like a shadow thing going on. Man, let me close up this lash glue before it gets dry. Wipe it off. Y'all, it's dry already, like on here. Oh, shit. Yo, lash glue ain't no joke. Hey, Lord, let me close this up. You love seeing a complete look. Thank you, Gina. I don't even know how to say it now. Not team too much, y'all. I'm going to send Dawn a picture because this is her look. Did a crack doll. This is looking like a cross. I don't like how that's looking. How about we do like we did for the stitching up there? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I do like that a lot better. Yeah. All right, stop. Put it down. All right, so this is the finished look, y'all. Laugh out loud. That's where all of those say hi message came from. I clicked on the white message. For some reason, when I watch my lives, y'all, there is not an option for me to see the live chat. So I'm really glad for the last giveaway. I said come back and leave a comment, because I thought it would show up later on like it does when I watch other people's lives, but I am never able to see the live chat when I watch my own live streams, unless I gotta wait like more than like 2 days. Like, I don't know. Yours is pronounced Gina. You got it right the first time. Oh, okay. Well, hello and welcome, Gina. I hate mispronouncing people's names. So thank you for saying that. So Gina. Yes. So this is the complete look, y'all. I am digging it. It is not team too much, even though it faded as it dried down. That goes with the look because we're doing a cracked doll thing. I love the gradient. This kind of looks like a tree branch. All right, Dion, stop. Okay. I do like this a whole lot better. This does fit the brief, where the one I did before did not. Thank you, Tasha. And I do love the shading, the gradients in color. So we went from gray, no, we did gray, brown, and then black. And I do like that. I do like that we took the black further back, so it's not just as like, even though my head is shaped like a rectangle. But I really do like this, y'all. Thank you for being here with me. Oh, my Lord, almost 2.5 hours. We've been here a long time. This looks simple, but y'all were here. Like, y'all see, I'll say a solid 2 hours, because the first 20 minutes just chit-chat and all of that. But I do like the lip. I am glad we did go around it with the white, because then it makes the actual lip look more pronounced. I do like that. I have to get back into the makeup challenges. Yeah, I call this troll play, where I just sit, and I think this is number 45, where I just sit and do a look. And one of my membership perks are, for my channel, members get to make a request. And so Dawn had requested a cracked porcelain doll look, and so this is her look. And I always do the look live, because that's their look, see how it was created versus just seeing pictures. And it's like, how'd you do that? What'd you do? Because sometimes I see stuff on Instagram, and I'm like, that is like very gorgeous. And I'm like, but I enjoy seeing the process. So that's why I do them live. So That is a shameless plug for you to join the membership, and anybody else who wants to see a specific thing. And I do think this is number 45 for troll play. Just in here playing in makeup. I'm seeing this kind of hole right there. Hello, M. Cooper. How are you? So yeah, I just it's just playing in makeup, just creating stuff, just letting the imagination go where it goes. And it's always fun, even if I'm like, yeah, I did hashtag team too much. It's always fun to just do, because I do think makeup should be fun, and just creating things and not caring too much like, well, are people gonna like it? Like, what is this? Just do your own thing. Just do your own thing. Excuse me. I do really like this though. All right, so we're gonna go, y'all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the comments. Those of you watching the replay, crew, I appreciate you. Don't forget to leave your comments down below. I like this lip too, even though it's off center. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling myself. All right, y'all. Thank you for being here. This red makes my teeth look yellow. The fuck? My teeth are not this color. Ew. But it kind of goes with the cracked doll look. That is hideous. Look at my teeth. All right, y'all. We're going to go. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks, Gina. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the crazy troll nation way. I do want to put white right here. Should I do it, y'all, or just be done? Because we've been here long enough. I do want to put a white there. We're not. We're going to go. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the crazy troll nation way. Thank you, and you all will see me soon. Bye. These yellow teeth. Ugh.